I don't even know what I fucking wrote. Okay, so that's what was going on downstairs. But the first time I actually heard her working down there, I seriously thought it was like an order of Law and Order gone out of control for Sweeps Week, because there was just like moaning and screaming, and you know, it was really kind of, you know, jarring. And I would have her explain that to you, and I asked her to come tonight, but she's kind of booked out for a couple of months, and when I told her it was $5 a head, she just laughed. Okay, so I'm not layered up, lying on my floor listening to my neighbor have sex. I'm actually working. I actually have 2 jobs. They're both in the service industry, but they're kind of completely different. One is actually in a library, and the other is in the food service industry, which I guess in both ways I get fucked at my job, except when I get tips, so I guess I'm supposed to be a little bit more grateful. But I started off my illustrious serving career at an upscale restaurant that you all might have heard of called the Olive Garden. Now, come on, the Olive Garden gets a bad rap because it's not that completely horrible. And on a Saturday night, if you've actually set your culinary sights on the Olive Garden, you've probably set your bar pretty low, so you have no one to blame but yourself. The joke was the Olive Garden. Is it Olive Garden? So I finally got out of the serving industry and just kind of stuck to bartending. It's actually a lot easier because with bartending, people don't really care what your service is about. They just want to make sure that, you know, their glass is full and, you know, they're not being, you know, taken to task on their bill. True story, I was working a private party once, and you know, people get drunk and they keep coming up to your bar and asking your name. And I told this guy my name like 5 or 6 different times. You know, he really didn't care. You know, he's whooping it up with his friends. He's like, yo, Rhonda, give me another one of these. This is awesome. You know, and like a few minutes later, he's over by the pool table. He's like, Belinda, hook up my boys. And at that point, I'd had enough, and I was like, look, Dad, you have not tipped me all night long. Really kind of sweet you. So, you know, the service industry, you know, it's about what you do, and a lot of times it's about what you look like. You need to present yourself in a beautiful way. You know, sometimes there's something wrong or different with you, and it, you know, might tend to stand out. If any of you have noticed, I actually have a lazy left eye. I can still see you. I can still see all of you. A lot of my friends, if you didn't realize I had a lazy left eye and just thought I've been drunk all these years, yeah, it's true. You guys were probably thinking that, and so were all the guys that I slept with in college. As I kind of stumbled out of the But having a lazy left eye, I actually had an opportunity to get it fixed some years ago. You can see it really didn't work that well. But when I went to the doctor and asked him about it, he referred me to an ophthalmologist who specializes in taking care of lazy left eyes. But what they didn't tell me is that when you have a lazy left eye, it's usually something that is corrected in you when you're a child. A very small child. So when I went to the doctor and I walked in, everything and everyone was about yay high. There were fucking kids everywhere, and I walked in by myself. This one little kid's like, "Where's your baby?" I just kind of looked at him, left the eye list, and he just walked away. He knew what was up. But the doctor's office was a little bit different than a regular doctor's office. You could tell what he specialized in because things like Thomas the Tank, the train, the engine, had one eye painted on the front and one eye painted on the side. Every time a kid would like scream for his mom, the women would freak out because they didn't know who it was coming from. No one was making any eye contact. Limbs and toys were just flying everywhere because the depth perception just did not exist in that room. I mean, it was insane. So I kind of got the eye surgery done, you know, went back to work, you know, worked for a little while or what have you. Went back in the service industry, you know. Didn't work that well then, it kind of started messing up, but it worked well enough for me too. One of the last times that I worked in the service industry, when my manager went to fire me, like 7 out of the 8 waitressing jobs that I had, I was able to look him straight in the eye after being belittled, underpaid, overworked. I looked him straight in the eye and I said, "Do you have a bicycle? Because I think I saw you in my neighborhood visiting me downstairs."